Hello, everybody. It's me again. It's Russell Mills. August 27th, 2019. I want to say hello to everybody. The reason I named this "Why Do White Parents Allow Their Children to Talk Reckless to Them?" because I see it so much in this world. I see so many white parents getting talked to by their kids any which way. And you, as parents that are white, European, whatever, you guys have to be a little bit more stronger with your children, because I see a lot of your children talking back to you. I grew up in a town called Stoughton, Massachusetts, suburban white town. Used to see so many kids talk back to their mothers. Um, and even today, I was at work because I work at a gas station, and I saw this girl. She's an Asian woman. Um, and she has three kids, but she's the manager in one of the stores in the section of the store that we work in, because it's a Dunkin' Donuts inside the gas station where we work at. And she has a son. She's an Asian woman, but I'll speak on white people in a second. But she's an Asian woman, and she has a 3-year-old son, wild kid, says whatever he wants. And again, if the parents today, and I see this with a lot of white parents, they try to be the children's friends. Yes, you have to love your child the right way, be there for them. I get all that. I love my child. But the difference is, I'm not going to just sit back and just let him do anything when I have him. And that's something that you white people allow to do. This Asian woman that works here, she's not a bad person, but I could tell because she has three kids. But I could tell sometimes you get aggravated because, you know, you allow this monster to be created. And that's what I have a problem with white people. They try to compare, because a lot of them, they always say, oh, I don't want to hit my kids. Because in our community, African community, a lot of times we spank our kids. And because we want to teach them a lesson not to do it again constantly. See, white kids, they just constantly keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And then the parents expecting different results. And that's a problem. But, this is why, to me, it's crazy when I see a lot of these white parents that shouldn't even be parents, first and foremost. And there's even some black parents, just as well as Latinos and Greek white people, Russian white people, whatever. That shouldn't be parents. Because a lot of times the white people, they have no patience. They want things done right away. And, they have to have patience. See, you white people have to slow down. But see, I get it, because you guys are taught to compete against us as African people and everybody else in this country. So I get all that. But you guys need to slow down. Be better parents. Am I going to sit back and say all white parents are bad parents? No, not all of them are. I'm sure there's a lot of good ones out there that are there for their kids, but I've heard a lot of kids in my time, seeing it in various stores, various places, where the kids have refused to listen to the parents, or calling the mother names, or calling the father names. And see, we're in an era now where you can't whip your kid the way that you used to back in the day. Because back in the day, when I was acting a fool, growing up in the 80s and 90s, when my parents that were strict, my parents didn't play games, because I used to cause a lot of trouble. But I realized as I got older, why they did what they did. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to agree with everything? No, but at the same time, I wasn't an angel as a kid. I used to cause a lot of trouble, get in fights, get suspended from school, do a lot of stupid shit. So I did a lot of dumbness in my life. But my parents were still strict, and they still kept me on the straight and narrow. And if I did talk back to them, there was going to be a problem. And and there were times that I did talk back to them, and there was a problem. But when I see these white parents today talking, it's like these kids are like trying to be like little miniature lawyers trying to negotiate with the parents. And the parents just seem like they just give in and not care because they want to, quote unquote, please the child. But see, you parents got to understand, when you keep giving in, you're just creating a monster. You're creating a monster that you shouldn't have created in the first place. So this is why I say to everybody out there that, especially in the white community, need to step up. Stop trying to be these children's friends. Be a parent. Put a foot up in their ass when they need it. Stop trying to allow these monsters to grow, and then when they get to be older, then they start becoming spoiled brats and start expecting things from the world because you didn't prep them to be, successful enough to understand that this world, people don't owe you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Only thing, you owe everything to yourself. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody has to do you any favors. No one has to buy you anything. People do it because they care. But so this is why I'm saying, I feel like a lot of you white parents, again, try to be these children's friends. And I've seen so many mothers get disrespected and fathers in the white community. So if anybody that's white that decides to look at this video and says, oh, this guy's just talking shit, whatever, he doesn't know what he's done. But I've seen it. I've seen it plenty of times in my life where the kids were like swearing at the mother, and the mother was basically bowing down and kissing the kid's ass. That wouldn't be me. And let me tell you something. I have a son that's autistic, and he knows daddy don't play. Okay, but I'm also loving him. I don't beat him. I don't do no crazy shit. But it's like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He knows that daddy don't play that. Daddy don't, you better not raise your voice around me regardless, because you know what's going to happen. Meaning, that's going to be shut down. But, you guys aren't going to agree with this video. You don't have to, but I'm telling you what I see. You white people need to step it up more. And it's like, yes, love your kids just as well as the black people love their kids. I love my son, but at the end of the day, again, I'm not going to sit back and try to be my son's friend, because I'm not my son's friend. I'm his father. And you parents out there that decide to have kids, stop trying to be these children's friend, because at the end of the day, it's going to bite you in the ass. Okay? And where the kids are going to say, oh, that's my friend. No, they're not. You're not their friend. You're their father. You're their mother. So be a parent, step it up, stop trying to, say 1, 2, 3 and all this other shit, because that shit don't work. So you got to be bold. You got to be, that's why a lot of black parents, we are strict on our kids, because we know, number one, we have the adversity that happens, the adversity that happens in this country where the attack of the black man or woman has been on alert for years. So again, like I said, we have to train our kids to be a little bit harder, you know what I'm saying, and a little bit more strong, because the European race, a lot of them, they're weak-minded, crying in the corner, being distraught, You can't handle your kid because you don't have the strength. You don't have the emotional strength and the spiritual strength from God to teach a kid, not to do certain things. Because trust me, if I had a lot of these kids today, trust me, a lot of them, and then I was able to bring them back, I guarantee you, with just me, I guarantee you, a lot of these kids would be a little bit better. Okay, I don't have to necessarily beat you, but I'm going to let you know who's boss. I'm going to let you know what I have to do. I'm going to let you know what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? And you and I guarantee you, if I was raising some of these kids, I guarantee, yeah, they might not like me, but they're damn sure going to respect what I have to say. So when I saw that little 3-year-old today, that I've seen plenty of times, saying some crazy words at 3, once again, who's to blame? The mother, the father, the brothers, the children around him are teaching him this stuff. And then you're 3, almost 4, whatever your age, and you're saying all this crazy stuff. And your parents allowing that. And so again, whose fault is that to create this monster? So when this kid gets to be older eventually, what's going to happen? Okay, is he going to be respectful, or is he going to be a rude son of a bitch? I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? But you guys better step it up to the plate, white people. You know what I'm saying? And thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. Phil says it's bad now, especially with mothers and daughters on Facebook. They act the same, and most of them are white. You're right, Phil. I agree with you. Because a lot of the mothers today are trying to act like the daughters. You know what I mean? They're trying to live through their children, and that's a damn shame. Like you don't need to live through your child. You have to live your life. I don't live through my son's life. I appreciate his life. I love him as a black child. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, regardless, like, but I don't want to live his life, and I don't want him to live my life. And I'm thankful that I got a good kid. Even though me and his mother don't get along, and he's an autistic child, but I love him to death, and I think he knows this. But at the same time, I also try to let him know what time it is, and he knows what to say, what not to say, even though he doesn't speak that much. But still, I let him know what time it is. And again, I guarantee you, if you gave me some of these kids, I guarantee you I'd give them back respectful. Okay? I would make sure there would be order, A, B, C, and D in their life. Trust me on that, because I'm the type of guy that likes structure. Okay? I like structure, and I like discipline, and I like people to understand themselves, understand where you're going. So again, for you mothers out there that are trying to live through your daughters or sons, knock it off. Same thing with the fathers. Knock it off. Live your life. Be a leader, men. Mothers, be a leader to your children just as well as fathers. We all need leaders in this world. We don't need followers. We don't need people that are going to keep following trends. We need people that are going to be leaders, that are going to love themselves, that are going to understand themselves, that's going to take the time to guide their children in the right direction. And that's something we all need to do. If you decide to lay down with a woman, I'm going to say this: get off this YouTube thing. For the men out there, and I'm going to include myself, because I made a lot of mistakes dealing with women. Get to know that woman the right way. And what I mean by that is, make sure if you're going to lay down with her, you know a lot about her. See, unfortunately with us men, we see the opposite sex. We like what we like. If she likes you, and then you guys lay in the bed and have sex, and do what you do. And then you guys don't get to know each other the right way. And then let's say she gets pregnant, or you guys break up, or you guys live together. And then now all of a sudden you guys at each other's throats because you guys didn't take the time to know each other, but you guys were having a lot of sex. So I'm going to say this to you men. It says anything about black families, mothers, at least the ones I see you around, means basically themselves, and the kids absolutely went wild in the streets. But they don't talk any kind of way to their mama, though. I agree, Phil. But again, like I said, we have to, as men in this world, be leaders. Mothers, be leaders. Love your kids, and give them structure and guidance and discipline. And don't try to have them negotiate with you, because that's the worst thing I see plenty of kids doing, negotiating with their mothers. No should mean no. Yes should mean yes. That's it. Structure, guidance, discipline, that's it. But no, I want to say thank you for anybody. Mr. Phil Sims, thank you for viewing some of my videos on YouTube, sir. Appreciate the comments. Like I say to people, I don't expect everybody to agree with my mind. I have a lot on my mind. I'm always thinking. I feel like this is like my therapy to the world, whether they want to hear it or they don't. But this is me. But feel free to check out my YouTube channel. It's again Russell Mills, RUSSELLMILLS, May 22nd, 2017. My first video, Why Black People Settle for Less. That's it, everybody. So take care. God bless. Stay safe in these streets, everybody. Peace.